Damn it.
I said it day one. Why did they make her character design exactly like Sasha's? Day one that we met Gabi.
Yep. You know, normally we film these in the
morning.
In the morning.
Yeah, it's...
I'm a little drained right now. And simultaneously wired as fuck.
Yeah, no, I just had a cup of coffee, even though it's 5.
It's 6:05.
I'm sleeping great tonight.
We finally watched it on the day. Well, so hello everybody, welcome back. It's 2Fast2Movie. I'm your host Abraham. That's Benjamin Collins. Today we're talking about season 4, episode 22, titled Thaw. And what an episode this was.
I will just say it. We kind of needed an episode like this.
Yeah. Because we've been on a high.
Yeah, we've just been going with Eren, and like we got the Eren POV, which is great. We haven't had one of those. We got inside his head. We kind of didn't. We haven't seen that moment that we're talking about.
We didn't get a monologue or like inner thoughts.
Yeah,
we just got like him saying stuff, emoting and like.
But we got his point of view as far as being able to see him actually making decisions.
That is true.
And going through his story beats on his own.
Yes, which has not been done.
Yeah, which we have not had
since season 3.
Yeah, we have not had in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like over 20. Wait, how many episodes are in this season? Yeah, my point.
Yeah, a lot.
But we're finally here.
Yep.
And they're all very. Everyone in this show is having the same exact kind of fucking time that we're having.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and cut to the reaction, and we will see you guys in a few for our discussion.
Fuck.
Yep. Including the 9 tight, the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is this actually gonna work? We saw Mikasa see it, so clearly she has Eldian blood. Actually.
Yeah, they said the Ackermans are
Eldian, just they don't know exactly what. But they wait a minute. They've never been able to be controlled. No, that was a plot point early on. That's one of the reasons why they
also
were down.
Do you see that parallel?
Coming for you, Falco.
No, the mirror shot. That's just like when Eren was locked up.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's like the fight moment. Trying to rationalize it.
It's literally.
Yeah.
It's exactly that.
Oh!
Yeah, it clicked.
Oh!
This is the moment where I was like, oh shit. Like, this is...
And this is, yeah, Armin's having that same fuck... Oh, no.
Yeah.
Fuck.
His mom is still alive in that house for 4 years.
Jesus Christ. Oh. Wait, where is Zeke?
That's a good question.
Please? It's Gabi. Yes! I mean, fucking rip Nile, but like...
But like, Kai is alive.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I said it day one. Why did they make her character design exactly like Sasha's?
Yeah.
Day one that we met Gabi.
Yep. Yeah, I don't understand how people can say Gabi, they hate Gabi. Like, it was clearly always leading to this.
Thought it was Connie for a hot second.
Oh, no. That's the one who beat up Commander Shadis.
You know what? No.
No. Yes. Because you know why?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We leave you, though. Oh. Maybe I'm the one blinded by hate.
No, she's got to survive to be punished.
That is fair. That is fair. You have to make her life worse than being eaten by a Titan. What?
since like episode 4
I know.
or 5 of the first season.
Levi's the only person that we've seen have to psychologically deal with this before, and Levi's so stone cold that it doesn't phase him anymore because he's lost just so much.
Getting fucking cockroach. Doesn't die.
Oh no, you are sorely mistaken if you think you're walking out this room.
He's the Hitler.
Yeah, you are sorely mistaken if you think you're walking out of this room, dude.
I think you may have misread the situation. The Jaegers won.
Oh, that's fair. Annie.
She's back.
And she knows what's going on.
Well,
We're okay. That's
another great episode. We'll be right back.
yeah. That was that was spicy.
Yeah, you were right. It's good to take a breather. It's good to take a moment to just go, oh fuck. So the entire world's gonna Then just trying to fathom.
We got some cool action sequences in though. That was cool.
Keith showed up. Remember Keith? Keith Shaddis.
So
Thought he died from getting beat up.
yeah, no, it was funny because I was like, the entire time I was like, oh, don't save that man, and then Keith Shaddis saved the man, and so now it's like, now it's not saving, now it's gloating. Like,
A little bit. It's like, I didn't teach you to, like, I'm still a badass. I just let you beat me up.
Yeah,
Kinda
it was
that.
very much that moment. We love Keith Shaddis.
We do. There's a lot to go into this episode, so we're going to jump a little bit out of order. We're going to start first with Reiner. That is the first thing that actually happens post-intro. Reiner got his armor peeled off the moment that the walls came undone, got injured by a rock, which they did cut from the manga.
Okay.
So they do show like a little like a flashback as he's explaining, like reaching for Gabi, a rock I think hitting his nape.
You kind of see that, but it didn't come off as a nape. It kind of looked more like a transition within the actual
it definitely was. And we were just kind of having a conversation about like where Reiner's character is going to go and where he is now. I just kind of want to hear starting off, what are your thoughts on?
Well, narratively, this is obviously going to flip to resolve. I have seen something that has always been in the back of my head where everyone is constantly making jokes that Isayama gives. The armor titan is not just armor; it's also plot armor. This man just won't die.
But here's the thing:
that's his actual titan power.
That's not a power. That's a curse. Reiner's dumb.
Reiner, yeah, especially in this moment, you can see that he personally is finished. But one of the things that I actually really like is he's telling Gabi to escape with Falco, and he still is kind of believing or hoping that there will still be salvation for.
At least for them.
At least for some people.
Yeah.
Definitely not himself. This boy has not stopped being suicidal since day one of this season.
Pretty much since he kicked down the walls.
Yeah, he's been having a very bad time.
And it's ironic that his actions led to the destruction of the world. And I think that's another big piece of this. Because remember back in season 4 when he was begging on the floor for
forgiveness? Yeah.
Yeah, in the basement with Eren.
Caused this.
Yeah, like he still feels blamed. He's the reason why Eren's mom died, which is the reason why Eren is kind of going on this whole rampage in the first place.
Yeah, and we do on this show talk a lot about the sort of line between whether or not it was because he was ordered to or not, but ultimately he's still the mission almost failed and he pushed for it.
Exactly.
So no matter what,
it's still that guilt.
Yeah, no matter how you try to rationalize it, he's always going to feel that.
Yeah.
And I do see him coming back. I see him. He is probably going to die at some point in the show. However, it is going to be his final actions are going to determine the actual outcome of this story. And that's just the way I see it.
Okay. There's not much really to say because Reiner passes out immediately. Of course, and he's injured as fuck, so he can't do shit.
Yeah, but he's Titan Shifter injured. But that being said, if you're still sad, you're way more likely to die.
That's the thing. His will to live is not there.
He's gonna pull a Ymir.
And we do get a good scene, several scenes with Gabi. Amazingly, if I had a highlight of this episode, Gabi.
Hence. The Gabi slander the last couple days since she shot Eren's head off. Reminder, she thought that he was going to activate the rumbling.
Which
he did.
Yeah.
Do not be mad at her. She's thought that he was going to end the world, and it literally happened.
And she was right.
She did not magically unlearn the lesson that she had been learning this season when she did that.
Also, killing Eren isn't a contradiction to the conversation that she had with Kaya.
Exactly.
Because here's the thing. From what she believes and what the power of the Founding Titan can do, because there is still misinformation,
yeah.
I will still say, part of the Marleyan side, there is still a bit of poking the bear an aspect to it, but still, they were right. It doesn't necessarily excuse the past actions, but in this moment, again, it's like, you caused it, but also you're trying to stop the thing that you caused.
Yeah, it's one of the most interesting conversations I've seen is the idea that Eren didn't touch anyone until the literal world declared war on Eldia, but they didn't actually declare it on Eldia. They declared it on Eren Yeager.
They declared it on Paradise.
They specifically were talking about Eren Yeager throughout the entire thing. He was the main scapegoat. So it was War on Paradise, but it was mostly about the Founding Titan and Eren Yeager and the fact that the Founding Titan is now no longer a safe thing.
Well, but also, it's like, from Eren's point of view, as they pointed out, which we'll get into later, like, the whole, like, I'm doing this for my friends.
Yeah.
So, like,
it's you can say that they started it by starting the war, but also, Eren was there for one reason.
And also, Eren knew the future, so it's like...
the whole thing's moot.
The whole thing, no, it's also like, it's not moot, but it's like, it's just complicated. It's just, it's like...
But this show's about cycles of violence.
Exactly.
So that's kind of the purpose of it, is that both sides are extremely muddled.
Yeah.
And you can take that as you will. That being said, Gabi has shown nothing but very good character development this season.
Yeah, we were saying she's the opposite of Eren.
The thing that tied this down, and like we had it in the reaction, was like when she
started tying up her hair. It was literally the Tatake scene when he was like staring in the mirror, and doing that.
Except she's not going out to slaughter a bunch of people. She's going out to essentially just defend people because she now understands the situation.
They also draw their eyes differently. Like hers are a lot more like wide-eyed and like
they have life in them.
Hers were like dark, like lines and like the just flat line.
Yeah, it's bad. The lovely thing about this foil is that they have started in the same place.
Exactly the same place.
They both start with absolute hatred for the other side, wanting to kill as many people on the other side, and wanting to rise up so that they can do this. So that they can be what they want to be.
But whereas Eren was pretty much like isolated within the walls, and that hatred grew to fester, and then transferred to the outside world once he figured out the whole situation. Gabi has now gone outside, seen other people, taken the information in, learned. Like that whole, Eren's never had a Kaya.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the closest thing is Reiner, but they're enemies.
And that's one of the main problems. And that's one of the reasons why when we were talking about all this, I was like, one of the most significant things about the fact that we are introduced to this younger generation of characters is that they are the only group of people that can possibly undo the cycles of violence.
Because they know both sides.
Exactly. They haven't grown up infested in the hatred. They're still growing up. They're still learning. They're still young.
Yep.
So... And we can see that Armin and Mikasa are also like digesting the same exact stuff.
Yeah.
We can see that with the scouts. However, the difference is that the scouts have been in the war for so long and are extremely complicit in what Eren has done.
Yeah.
And if this ever all blows over and for some reason the Titans do not destroy the entire world and do not rumble everything, then if there is a Geneva Convention, I'm sorry, but Mikasa, Armin, and everyone are still war criminals. They will still likely have some hell to pay in the actual world if there is ever, something like our own world. However, I see this going in the way of Evangelion, where there is no happy ending at this moment.
Well, we will see. But regardless, I did also want to tie quickly one last thing with the whole Gabi and Eren for just really Gabi. The moment where she saved Kaya. Let me say something, because I knew that this was going to happen 2 years ago. Like, I knew this was going to happen when they first introduced Gabi, and it was super painful to see the hatred for Gabi, because from the get-go, when I was reading the manga, I was like, I understand completely what he's doing. From the character design, like you were saying, they drew Gabi...
They drew her exactly like Sasha.
Like, that was not...
Actually, she's like a love child of Sasha and Eren.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. I mean, Eren and Sasha look kind of similar, especially in season 4. But yeah, I always knew that the direction that the story was going to go as soon as they killed off Sasha and they had Gabi go to paradise.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that this episode can really change the ties on how people see Gabi. And I will say that there will be more episodes to come. Regardless,
I only see her character development getting better from this point.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's... Like, not only has she... basically like unlearned everything, she's also stepping in for characters that we also love, talking to them like as like
like one-on-one as humans. The fact that she's having like an actual human conversation
with the colossal titan,
I know, with
the person who destroyed the port in her homeland.
Yes,
like
that's a big fucking deal. Like, this is, and the fact that she can recognize him as a human, recognizes everyone there as a human, and like the amount of guilt that she felt when she found out about Connie's, like, her response wasn't
it was I'm sorry.
I am horrified and sorry for what Reiner and Zeke did.
She doesn't have anything to apologize for that.
Exactly.
She wasn't even born. She was born, but
she was born, but she had nothing to do with any of that.
4, 5.
And still she's apologizing for these horrible things that happened on essentially her behalf.
Yeah. People really still hate Gabi. Like, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. Like, there's literally nothing that could change your mind at this point.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all I've got. I literally can't. I don't know what else to say.
If you have a good argument for still not liking Gabi at this point, drop it in the comments, but we will debate you.
No, I
will do it.
I mean,
I will log in on my personal account and debate you.
I will just log into the Scope account and type ratio plus L. I'll do that, and then I'll heart my own comment just to say fuck
just
you.
Just pin it. Yeah. Okay.
So that's that. Let's move on now. Pyxis and Nile. More Pyxis and Nile. I mean, Nile was a good character.
Nile was a great character. It's funny because he's one of the things that, like, when you go back and you rewatch the show, his presence is very noted. Yeah,
because he's a foil to Erwin, and he's like the inside man of the MPs.
He's the inside man of the MPs. Well, he's had so much shit go down on his clock that he is not happy about. He did not live a military career that you could tell he was pleased with.
Yeah.
Because so much shit happened under his own nose. He was the one person that, like, his own incompetency was weaponized by the MPs.
Yeah.
And he's always had the same station as fucking Pyxis and Erwin.
Yeah.
And
just for the MPs.
He never, like, was able to live up to either of those two really great men.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he succumbed to the Titan as well, to the Titan serum as well as Pyxis. I love the moment that they had with him where everyone is like realizing who it is, and the moment where they just like, I really like it when the show takes its time.
Yeah.
Because as much as I love when we're like time travel, and also you influenced your dad, and also Ymir's enslaved, like I really love it just when characters can just like take it in for a minute.
And that's the thing, is like, no matter how good your story or plot is, your characters are always the forefront of your story and what's actually going to make people care.
Yep.
And I know that, like, people are like, he doesn't really care about his characters, he kind of sidelines them a lot. He does extremely good character work. Isayama is an excellent character writer.
Yeah, and it's crazy because a lot of the time he doesn't write that much for them, and it's still sometimes it's just as impactful. Well, like Kenny, Petra, like almost like All Squad Levi. Honestly, like
he doesn't write a lot. However, you can tell that at least this is the way that I feel about him. You can tell that he has been he probably very meticulously crafted backstories that we have not seen.
Yeah, that inform their character. Yeah,
not just their characters, the way that they talk. Yeah. Like the subtext in almost every block of dialogue in this show is fucking loaded with insight into a character.
Agreed.
Which I love.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, whoever's doing the translations can get that across, does it very well, is a big deal.
Yeah, there's a lot of slang used by some characters. Like Connie and Sasha used a lot of slang.
Yeah.
Like Pyxis, I know he like had like a very like, I guess like blunt way of speaking, which I always loved.
He's like, the first time you're ever introduced to him, he's just like the most badass person of just like this lord is being like, oh, there's titans in the walls, you have to save me. And he's like, you'll be babysitted by these two guards. I'm gonna do my job.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Pretty much.
And we'll miss him. We will.
Episode 5 of season 1. That's
know.
It's wild that he's been around for so long and he just...
But this is the thing that is very interesting to me, and this kind of goes into a lot of the situation with the Jaegerist as well.
Yeah.
Is we weren't just watching their friends and people that they knew die. We were watching the entire upper military brass, all the people that were put in charge after the original coup d'etat.
Yeah.
That we worked so hard to get.
Gone. Almost every single one.
And it's now literally just Floch and
the Jaegerists
that are
the new recruits.
Which we're going to talk about a little bit later.
Yeah. For now, let's go ahead and move on to the rooftop conversation between the scouts.
Yes.
We made a point. We've always made it a point to talk about the fascist subtext as well as the anti-Semitism in the show.
Yeah.
And the anti-Semitism is not really ever going to be.
It's never going to be addressed in here because I don't think Isayama actually realized he was being anti-Semitic when he was doing this.
Yeah.
I don't think that he was being malicious. I think that he was being extremely misguided in how he went about using the allegory.
As far as whether or not Attack on Titan is fascist, I can definitively say, finally, after this episode, and obviously
it's anti-fascist.
Yeah, it's played around with the ideas, but the fact that they are starting the episode by saying here are the stakes. Eren is going to kill everyone, and for Armin, his best friend of the whole show, to go, this is too much. Yeah. This is an unprecedented genocide, and for the moment to sit for them all to realize that they're doing it, that he's doing it for them, and for them to say, should we stop, to question.
Well, I think no, because one of my favorite things is they don't verbalize that. There is not a verbal "should we stop"?
No, John does say that.
Oh, John says that.
Yeah, it was
very passive. It also immediately gets undercut by the Connie situation and the Titans that are currently trying to eat everyone.
They're not making making plans. It's more of fleeting thoughts
and this goes into what I was saying about John. I could easily saw him turning on Eren if Eren disappointed him, and this is. I don't think you could find a further disappointment.
Well, here's the thing. John actually is the one who's trying to rationalize it at first.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough,
because doesn't want to fucking.
John doesn't want to fight.
No, and also this Eren, as much shit as he gives him, you don't know someone for that long, have that kind of dynamic without actually seeing them as a friend.
They are friends. Yeah. They're remember how they used to beat the shit out of each other?
That's how siblings beat each other up.
Yeah, they are so close knit. They are the only survivors of the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And now they're debating on killing him.
Yeah.
Just
that is gonna be a big fucking deal.
Yeah. I don't know what else more I can say about this, unless you have anything else to add.
I will say, this is one of the things that you were talking about that needing to be in the show. An explicit moment of someone being like, this is wrong.
Yep.
And it's my understanding that was absent in the manga.
No, this was here.
This was here?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll again, as the show goes on,
there's a couple more things that are going on.
I will say
there were issues with the final chapter regarding how people saw what Eren was doing and how that was resolved.
Yes, and given how the show has taken the liberties of reorganizing things and even changing some of the language, because language choices do matter. Yeah. And there are even moments in previous episodes that I actually don't think I noted, but I can try and go back and rewatch for next week's episode. They are making points to vilify Eren more in this than in the manga, slightly more.
Yeah.
And even that is a good sign to leading to my thought that they might change the ending slightly.
I see.
I hope they do.
Well, it is also my understanding that if we get an anime original ending, it will be just slightly different, a dialogue changes.
Pretty much dialogue choices, and that should be it. But regardless, that's all I've got to talk about that.
Yeah, Connie did a kidnapping. That happened.
Dude, I remember I I can't believe that this is happening because like they just take Falco and like John isn't necessarily like we need to off the bat like we need to eat this guy, but like of course he like toys around with the idea. And again, I don't blame him necessarily 100% because they're in the middle of the war. Their friends have just died to Titans like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah,
like this was all like in the span of
this is quick decision making. This is like I want to save someone. Maybe we could save Pyxis.
Yeah.
And
they don't know Falco. They even referenced Peak as Cart. They don't even know Peak's name.
Yeah.
Like no, like the sides don't know each other.
The only people on the sides that know each other are literally Falco, Gabi, Armin, and Mikasa. Only because
and Reiner and Annie.
And Reiner and Annie. Well, they don't even know Annie's a player until the end of this game anymore.
Yeah.
They also don't know. Oh God, I didn't even think about how fucked up the central city must be.
Oh yeah,
walls coming down.
Well, you saw like all the walls, like they hit some buildings.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
But regardless, Connie takes Falco. Did you know? Did that ever cross your mind that Connie's mom was still alive?
It actually has, like, very often.
Really?
I had always, because they never showed her dying, and I had always, and there's these really interesting moments they did in season 3 and season 2, where they showed Connie's mom, and they was like, we're gonna let her live because we want to study her, but also the second that they found out that she was Connie's mom, they're like, we're gonna let her live, study her, but also Connie was coming to visit. That was something that was established early on.
Yeah.
They also did this for another Titan. At the end of season 3, there's this lone Titan that's crawling its way from the edge of the wall. And it is the Titan, it is one of the Titans that Eren saw in his dad's memories.
Was it?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so it was dragging itself ever so slowly, and one of the reasons why you noted... One of the reasons why they noticed that... One of the reasons why it was noticeable was because the ground behind it that it had dug up had the grass regrow behind it.
Yeah.
Like, very close by. Like, it was moving at that such slow pace that they pitied it and decided not to kill it.
Holy fuck, I didn't even realize that. You just blew my mind. I did.
Go back, it's totally there.
Okay, cool. That's fun.
There is, after the moment that they learn that they are Eldians that have been turned into, or originally people, but then Eldians that have been turned into this, there is, like, if we don't have to kill you, we don't want to.
Yeah.
And that is a common thing that they continue to do. Now, some people might consider it put it out of the misery, but for people like Connie, who, like, it is a loved one.
And it's like it's everyone from his village is dead.
Yeah. Like, he's gonna fucking hold on to that.
Yeah.
So, no, like, in the back of my head, I was just like, she's probably still alive, yeah.
Gotcha.
I did not think for a second that he would try and kidnap a Titan shifter to feed to his mom, though. That did not occur to me until they were having the conversation. Sorry, that did not occur to me until this conversation.
Yeah, and the way that he gets, like... my
mom's not worth anything?
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
It's because, again, trauma, like, I get it, Connie, but...
No, it's a justifiable response.
And then he just leaves. Fuck.
The second he sees the out, because he knows that... I think he specifically thinks that Armin is not going to let him feed Falco.
Armin is the moral compass. Yeah, makes sense.
As manipulative as that boy is, he does actually have a heart of gold.
Yeah. Manipulative? What?
Oh, he, like, that's how he got in Berthold's head via manipulation with the whole Annie thing. Like, do you not remember?
Well, yeah, but, like, I wouldn't call that manipulation. I feel like that's just...
No, it's manipulation. He's playing mind games. He's not doing it to his friends.
That's true.
But his enemies have to fear him.
Okay. And, yeah, that is true. I remember that smiling Armin meme where he's
when he's, like, finally figuring out, like, I can fuck with them by bringing up Annie. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so now the Wall Titans are marching. All of the upper MPs and scouts and just all the military, garrison even probably, are all turned into Titans and have now died. That now leaves the Jaegers in charge. And I also love how when Floch came back, you were like, Floch, no one's gonna listen to you. Get the fuck and I was like, you don't understand what's happening.
I misunderstood the situation.
I was like, you don't understand who has the power here.
I didn't realize for some reason I thought that at the end of the day totally was like, oh yeah, there's more volunteers than there are Jaegerists in this situation. But then I'm thinking about it. The volunteers don't know how to use ODM gear.
Yeah.
Volunteers had no way of really concretely surviving all of that situation.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I also, Jean was in the room, and I'm like, is Jean going to let this guy live? Because the other thing was, like, I was like, Casa and Armin got to be somewhere around there.
Well, here's the thing. Floch was Eren's right-hand man. Like, if you remember, like, when they were in the restaurant back in part 1, like, he was like, knock, knock, we're leaving. Like, they were tight. And if Eren's the new, like, ruler of Eldia, then Floch is, like, basically giving the orders here while Eren is doing his thing.
Yeah. So which, you made the thing, like, that's the actual fucking Hitler in the room.
Yeah.
Like,
and if you think back, actually, on, like, everything that Floch has said, he is a lot more of a zealot or a...
hands down.
Like, than... Even more so than Yelena.
Yeah, because I don't think... One of the interesting things is Eren is making this choice because he thinks it's the only option, where I think Floch is actually fucking reveling in it.
Floch desires purpose, and he and has taken his death by the hands of the Beast Titan to heart. Or near death, I should say.
Near death, yeah.
Sorry, he didn't die.
Well, he was the sole survivor of Erwin's charge.
And he was like, yeah, we need to bring back the devil. Like, there's the... And, like, now Eren is...
So, I will say, on the current situation with Floch, I think Floch has sorely miscalculated how much power he actually has in this thing. Because the truth is, Eren's the head honcho, but he's not giving orders right now. And he's not interfacing with his people. And Floch is the only person of charisma, and everyone just kind of loosely followed him because of the rhetoric that they were preaching and the pressure that was happening. Now, none of them knew about the full genocide of everyone outside. None of them knew that was going to be a thing. The shift in the way people might see the Jaegerist is not the same as it was literally 20 minutes before this.
Dude, it's wild to think that these 5 episodes take place over the span of, like, not even an hour.
I know. Like, here's the thing. He doesn't have a Titan power. He is not very good with ODM gear, and there are the squad Levi members that are still standing.
Yep, they have
not like him.
They have Hanji, who's a Titan scientist. They've got the Colossal Titan. They've got an Ackerman and a half. They've got fucking.
Abraham, you can't say that.
Well, I mean, who knows? He might be dead. So fucking, I don't know. We'll see if that plays out, guys. We'll see.
Hey, okay. We still haven't gone back to that.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. He has until Armin decides that he's not useful.
Floch?
Yes.
Yeah.
He, like, literally the second Armin's like, you have to go, he's dead. Because let's face it, those are new recruits in there. And they just saw Keith Shaddis fucking save all their lives. They're shaken. They morally, they do not know where they stand. There is a walking nuclear bomb.
Honestly, we'll have to see how the tides, if the tides turn, how they'll turn. I don't see the Jaegerists having as firm footing as they think they do, because ultimately I think that what just happened was Eren created a massive fucking power vacuum. Who's going to step and take seize control? Yeah, we're going to have to see how that plays out. We're going to wrap up this episode by talking about the one, the only, the girl in the ice, Annie. And also another conversation about how much control Eren has over the Founding Titan.
Yes. But as hereby an Annie simp, I will allow for it. I just made total eye contact with you with that. Yeah. Sorry, Sarah.
As a fellow Annie simp, I was like, "What do you mean, fellow?" Like, I like Annie. Like, but
Jose made a joke about, like, I nearly got you an Annie button, but it was too inappropriate. And I was just like, "Sir, I do not need that."
Yeah, don't need that.
But
yeah, Annie's back.
I have been waiting for this character to come back into the story since season 1 ended. Like, this is my favorite character on the show,
and a lot more so on a rewatch.
Yes.
Like,
oh my
it's
god.
kind of crazy how Annie be shot up in our... Because I'm not going to lie. First time I read it, I was like, Annie's cool, but like...
I would be willing to bet money that the first time she sees Reiner, she is going to deck him within, like, not a lot of time.
Okay.
I know that you know the answer to this.
I know whether or not it happens.
That is fair.
I know what happens the first time that they interact.
Okay. I do, just because of the amount of shit Reiner put her through, and how it turned out.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Gonna destroy the world. Peace out.
Could you imagine being frozen for 5 years and then like...
Dude, she got out of the ice, because here's the thing, walls came down first, Annie breaks free, then message.
Yes, exactly.
So Annie has an idea of...
Annie knows what the situation... She knows the stakes.
Yep.
Dad's in trouble, to say the least.
Yeah, we saw him in the opening.
And if there's one thing we know about Annie, it's that she wanted to make sure that her father was okay.
Yep, wanted to go see her dad.
Literally the one thing that we knew tied her back to her homeland.
Yep.
And Reiner sent her in battle, dropped the ball, and now the world's being destroyed because of a really bad decision that they made 7-8 years ago.
Well, that he made.
He made. Yeah, she's not going to be happy with him.
Well, I mean, end of the world maybe might bridge that.
The question,
that bridge.
Yeah, I guess the big question is how, because we know, I'm forgetting the name of the central city, like within Wall,
Sheena.
within Alcina.
I don't know either.
That's gonna be an interesting.
Yeah, because Annie's all the way on the interior.
All the way on the interior. I have no idea how she's gonna come out, what's going to happen. Armin's the only one that even thinks of her when all this goes down, and it's like, oh shit, Annie's out.
And he couldn't, like, thinking about it, yeah.
So I see them making a beeline for her to at least try to contain her, if not Armin, because I think Armin's already made up his mind that this is too much and that Eren needs to be stopped, but he needs to formulate how to do that.
Okay.
Now, I guess we should probably talk about the Eren and the walls coming down.
You had some questions. The first one that you said during the reaction, very like openly, you were like, because it was the moment where Yelena was like, why isn't Zeke controlling these Titans?
Yeah.
And you went, wait, where is Zeke?
Yes.
Where the fuck is he? The last time we saw him, and I'll say this just because they made a note to animate it, and this was not in the manga. It might be a clue, maybe not, I don't know. You basically saw the tendril spine like shoot towards him, and then it cut away, and then lightning bolt.
Yeah.
So,
that's an interesting note that they would have added that in the animation.
Yeah,
actually.
they did add that. So, I'm
just saying, if we get a close-up of the spine and we just see a beast titan like hanging out of the spine.
Well, you want to know the crazy thing? For the founding titan to work,
it needs to be in contact with the titan of royal blood. So I think you might be kind of onto something on that.
I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying what the show has told us.
The show has seen that.
You can connect the dots on your own.
Okay, if that is fair. I just want to, if that is true and my hunch is correct and that he is somewhere suspended in the spine, I would just like to see a little, what's the thing that you hold like a baby or a small dog in on your chest? Except on the Founding Titan with a little / large gorilla in it.
Literally just a colossal titan holding fucking a monkey. Just like,
yeah, it's just
as they're walking.
You made the cradle motion for a
Here's the thing. I'm going to take
literally so much cursed fan art just went in my mind.
I'm going to
the idea of a colossal titan holding a little Zeke.
I'm going to take the moments of levity when I can. I'm going to joke because I'm not going to lie. The rumbling hasn't even started. Like they are still on the island.
Yeah. We're probably going to see when they touch down in Librito.
Yeah.
So
Liberia.
Yeah, that's going to be bad.
Yeah. Next point of order that you asked, why doesn't Eren change back Connie's mom? Also a question that was posed by Gabi.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had any theories on that.
Well, there's two options. One of them I don't like, and the other one I hope is the case.
Okay.
The first one is that, the first one that I'm hoping it is that for whatever reason in the magic system, it is irreversible to change someone back from a Titan once that has happened.
Mm-hmm.
They have joined the paths or whatever, and the magic that has been done to them cannot be undone even by the caster.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping. The other thing that has me nervous is that Eren's not technically the one in control, but Ymir is.
Yeah, because in a way, and we talked about this previously, because at one point, at one point, Ymir had all 9 Titans, including the attack Titan.
Exactly.
Meaning that Eren's will is also kind of Ymir's will.
That's the thing. That's the thing that's going on in my head.
So you think Ymir's just like fuck everything, just like
I think Ymir. So that's one of the things that I'm worried about is Eren might want to just be protecting the island, but Ymir might just want to destroy literally every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm worried that the reason why that the Titans stayed up is Eren is no longer free.
Mm-hmm.
He gave this power, and it is now being used by someone who is rightfully extremely angry.
Right. Well, we will have to see how that plays out. I mean, we still got a lot of time, and we
got 6
and a movie.
Left.
And a movie.
And that's been 100% confirmed?
It has not, but I am telling you, there's zero chance. Like, it's the same thing when we were like, 16 episodes for part 1?
Yeah,
there's going to be a part 2. I'm like, there's no...
Okay.
There's no fucking way.
That's a fair
There's
point.
way too much content.
Okay.
The final thing that we...
long chapters, my gosh.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that.
Final thing that we want to talk about is a question that you also posed that I didn't know how to answer, but I figured we just put it in the discussion. Why did Eren hold Shiganshina?
He made a fucking point of not running away.
Yeah. I kind of want to pose, like, basically, like, my thoughts on, like, what Eren saw. Because this is the one thing that I can at least comment on, because I actually don't remember what Eren knows and what he doesn't know, and that's important to the story. So I'm gonna be curious to see like what they do add, if they add anything or if they change stuff.
So one of the things that has me curious is
Sure.
like, if he can see into the future, does that mean that there is does that mean that there is an implication that there is another attack Titan after him?
So here's the thing. Eren didn't see the future. He saw his own future. So the attack Titan has the power specifically to see into the memories of its future inheritors.
Yeah.
When Eren kissed Historia's hand, he looked into Grisha's memories. And because Grisha can see into the future memories...
He saw Grisha's own...
He saw the memories that future Eren gave to past Grisha.
I see. Okay.
So, and remember...
It's like loading his own pre-save.
And, pretty much. And Eren showed him very specific things in order to get Grisha to eat the Founding Titan.
Yeah.
And to do what he wanted him to do. So... It is my understanding, at least by what they're showing in the show and like what I remember, that Eren only saw bits and pieces of the future.
Yeah.
He maybe saw the end. He saw the rumbling maybe because Grisha said like I can't believe
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he saw the rumbling. He might have seen like a few other bits and pieces, but he didn't know everything. And partially, I think the reason why Eren decided to stay in Shiganshina is just because he trusts the plan. Honestly,
Interesting.
It could honestly just be a gamble. But then again, it's also simultaneously fate.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that like that's like one of the things that's so interesting about Eren's character is like, can you actually be free can you actually have free will if there is fate, and by extension, if you can actually have free will if there is such thing as fate, are you actually free?
Yeah,
that's one of the. And it's my favorite thing is this isn't even the controlling idea. This is just a thematic thing.
Yeah.
This is just a thematic element in here that is fascinating and actually really fucking great about this character.
Yeah.
But it's in no way the central idea of the show.
Right. From what I gather, the show isn't necessarily set in stone. I think only this moment, the rumbling, was set in stone.
It's whatever Eren's past self sent to him.
Yeah. And the most future memory that we definitively have up until this moment is the rumbling, or at least like.
If we're given another future memory at any point, then we'll know something different.
But to my understanding, Eren knows bits and pieces. He's thinking about like he is assessing the situation, and he's just like he's saying like simultaneously, I've seen this. I'm gonna do this.
The only person who could possibly actually challenge him in a meaningful way would probably. Well, actually, this is something we didn't even write in the show notes. How because and they bring this up in here is how are they even going to challenge Eren?
Yeah, because Reiner says he can control every Titan
and every Eldian. And I think that there's two avenues that could work here, and especially when looking at Eren and how this whole thing has played out. First of all, Historia is still on the sidelines and is now one of the most important characters for play because of her royal bloodline.
Yep.
And also, and then also there are the Ackermans who have been hunted down specifically for the fact that the king could not change their memories, which implies that the king's and founding Titan's powers do not have any hold over the Ackermans.
Yes.
So we still see that Mikasa was brought into the past because she still has some Eldian bloodline, but we don't quite know what the Ackermans are. So whether or not Mikasa can actually do anything against Eren and put an end to this is going to be completely reliant on what the Ackerman storyline turns out to be in the next couple episodes.
Correct.
The other thing, and I was watching a clip on this like just a couple days ago, and I'm realizing how important Historia is going to be. Is Historia actually had a very similar resolve to Eren by the time that she denied Rod Reese's wanting her to inherit.
Eren and Historia have like had very parallel ideals, especially in the latter half of season 3.
But the difference is that Historia did not want she made a point of like, I'm the worst girl that's ever been born because of my bloodline. Like, I am supposed to destroy the world is like very close to one of the things that she says when she is breaking the chains off Eren while they're down there.
Right.
Historia, technically speaking, as one of the only other people with founding blood, might be one of the only other people that could potentially get into the paths. And might be one of the only other people that can actually answer these questions for us without it being controlled by Eren.
Right.
So...
But she's pregnant.
She's pregnant. We have no idea how sidelined that is going to be. We have no idea how complicated that is going to be. And I really, really fucking hope that Isayama did not just make her pregnant to sideline her.
Well, we will see whether or not that happened. Until that time, go ahead and hit the like button and comment on your favorite moment in this episode. Do you think that Connie's really going to feed Falco to his mom? I mean, it could happen.
Narratively, I'm not sure. It would be really sad to...
in this show, they could make anything happen.
I think,
honestly, at this point, no one's
safe. I think Connie's gonna...
Oh, you think Connie's dead? Well, we will see. Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Give us a subscribe. My name is Abraham. That is Ben. And this has been 2Fast2Movie.
We're close to 500. Get us to 500.
Get us to 500. Bye.